Kerry arrives in Australia and exchange to study for a year. It all started with a message after a game of chess online. "Hi Alex, I'm coming to Australia to stay for a year. Do you want to meet up? Kerry." I've known Kerry for a few years, and we frequently play chess online. We're about the same level, and games were always a challenge. We've pushed each other to get better. We kept playing tournaments online, and after several games, we started chatting. Kerry didn't speak much English, and we spoke with the help of translation software. I said, "Sure. Why are you visiting?" And Kerry replied, "I've been accepted as an exchange student at a university near you. I'm studying computer science, and I'm so excited." I asked if Kerry had any accommodation yet. I said that it would be fine to stay with me for a while, until something is sorted. That was a few weeks ago. Since then, we exchanged some details, and we messaged backwards and forwards a few times, and I was looking forward to our first meeting in person. Kerry had the address, and I got a few texts with updates. The plane has landed. I'm going through customs. I'm getting in the taxi. I knew it was around a 25-minute ride from the airport, so I set an alarm for 20 minutes, and when it went off, I went out to the street. Before the taxi could stop, I could see Kerry sitting in the back, looking tired, almost asleep. When it stopped, I said hi, and Kerry, surprised to see me, now looked more awake and energetic. We shook hands, and Kerry got out, and I took the luggage out of the boot. I asked the driver how much the ride cost, and paid for it with cash, giving a small tip. The driver thanked me and drove away. I turned back to Kerry and said, "It's good to finally see you. How was the trip?" Kerry said, "Same. Long. I'm tired." I said, "Let's go inside. I'll help carry something." We went inside. I planned to ask Kerry what we should do in the morning and afternoon, but you don't have to be Sherlock Holmes to know we weren't doing anything for a few hours. Kerry was very tired. After we put the bags in the living room, I pointed out the toilet, bedroom, and shower. Kerry went straight for the bed, and as far as I could tell, went to sleep right away. I got a spare towel and put it on the bedside table and closed the blinds to make it a little darker. I went to the study. I had been studying Kerry's mother tongue and wanted to have a short conversation in it, but that can wait a little longer. A few hours later, I heard some noise from the bedroom. Kerry was awake, by the sounds of it, was heading to the shower. It was nearly lunchtime, so I went to the kitchen and made a sandwich. I made a simple ham and cheese sandwich on multigrain with butter. Normally, I would just have it plain, but I pulled out the sandwich press and put it in after buttering the outside of it. It was nearly ready when Kerry walked out and started to apologize for not giving me a proper greeting. I interjected and said, "Don't worry about it. It's been a long flight. I'm glad you're here safe, so let's start over." I then said the greeting I'd been learning, and Kerry responded, "It's great to see you too. Have you been learning a lot of my language?" "Only a few phrases," I replied. By now the toasted sandwich is done, and Kerry's eyes widened. I got a knife out and cut the toastie into 2 triangles, before passing it to Kerry on a plate. It wasn't long before the plate was empty again. I asked, "Do you want a drink?" and pulled a few items out of the fridge. I got the juice, milk, a jug of water, and a can of soft drink out. I also motioned to the tea bags and coffee on the counter. Kerry pointed at the juice, so I poured out a glass. I asked, "Do you want another sandwich?" "Yeah," Kerry replied, sounding unsure if that was the right response. I said, "No worries," and I started making 2 more toasties. I picked up on the hesitancy and asked, "Do you want me to help you with your English?" And Kerry replied, "Yes, please. Would you mind?" "Not at all. I kind of expected this." There's a notebook and pen on the table, plus a tube of sun cream. It's easy to get sunburned here if you're not careful. I was going to give it to you when you arrived. Where do you want to start?" Kerry said, "The beginning." "Okay. But first, can you grab the chess set from the bookcase and set it up? I've been wanting to play a game with you over the board for a while. How about a quick game first?" Kerry enthusiastically set up the board. We put the dirty dishes in the kitchen sink to be washed later and wiped our hands with a towel before sitting down to play. I grabbed my chess clock from the cupboard and asked, "Do you want to play a 5-minute game?" And Kerry responded, "No. 3, 1 minute." We were going to play 3 very short games, one after the other. I put a minute on each of our clocks. We shook hands, and it was game on.